All right, baby, we're back. Video number 2 of the day. Am I a psycho? Am I going to try and shoot and edit 4 videos in one day? Yes, I am. I am a psycho. Thank you for asking. So, okay, so I just did Oxford. Now we're on Oldie. Here's the deal, man. I historically have never really been a Fender guy. It's just never really been my cup of tea. When I hear other people play them, I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. And then in my hands, it just don't really do anything for me. And part of that is just I hadn't found the one. Now, obviously, I've played some ones over the years that I loved. I've played a couple Basemans that I thought were freaking super rad. And I've played some Princetons. I do remember one time. I'd like to go back and do it again, like play it again now. But this was like 15 years ago. A buddy of mine had it was a silver-faced Princeton with an 8-inch speaker that was super cool. I don't know why it had an 8-inch speaker. I'd never seen one or heard of one. But I was like, yo, this amp is freaking rad. And it was cool. I'd love to play one now. I'd love to play it now, but anyway. Whatever. All that to say, it's kind of like I've not really been a huge Fender amp guy. I just am a huge Vox AC30 topology guy. You know, like I said in the Oxford video, I just have preferred that. It's like the amps that I cut my teeth on and that feel like home. And my Bad Cat that I felt like I knew or I know the most. You know, it's just like that's the sound I have in my head. Now, this was probably last year. Justin Ostrander, who's a session guy here in town, would love to meet him. So, Justin, if you're watching, hi, I'm Jake. I play on records too, and I think his intro is I'm Justin Ostrander. I play on records in Nashville, so. It's kind of fun. He did a video on Deluxe. And when I heard it, I was like, yo, that's what it's supposed to sound like, dude. Like, it's supposed to sound like that. Like, his Deluxe video is so sick. And ever since then, I was like, dang, I need to get my hands on a Deluxe. And I just kind of like fell in love with that sound. So my buddy Tyler graciously lent me his 1965 Deluxe Reverb. And it has a through tone, I believe it's a 75 watt speaker. And I'm not exactly sure which model it is of theirs. But man, this amp is so fun. So it is definitely more of a like vintage vibe. To me, this amp sounds like how a hug feels. Like, it is so cool and just has this like gooiness to it that it just, Voxes don't really have that. Like, it's just got a thing. And because it's a 65, this cabinet is just beat to freaking heck. Like the dovetail joints are kind of rotting out at the bottom. And like the Tonex is just completely like battered. And the first time I plugged it in, I was like, oh my gosh. Like it felt like in the room, it filled up the room completely. It didn't feel like the amp was like right in front of my face. It felt like it was like in every single corner behind me, and it like swirled all around me. And it feels like I'm talking about the Holy Spirit right now. And it just like I could hear it in every direction, and in some ways, and in like kind of another equivalency, is like it felt like an acoustic guitar amp. Like it just. I don't know, like there was no separation between like my fingers and what I was hearing out of the speaker. Like there was no like, all right, we're going to pass through 18 stages of circuitry and like you're going to hear, you know, it's like it didn't feel like there were any stops along the way. It just felt like this is what my guitar and what this amp sound. It's just, you know, that's a really dumb way to put it, but like, it just, there was nothing holding back. It just was wide open and beautiful. A crazy amount of low end, insane amount of low end, very resonant, very full. And I think I did a good job of capturing that in the amp. So I'm personally very excited to introduce this amp to you. I'm extremely proud of it. I've actually been using it the last 2 shows with Tasha, with Oldie, or with Oxford. So Oxford and Oldie has kind of been what I've been rocking with. So you kind of get like a more refined AC30 sound on one side, and then just this like super vintagey, like darker but super beautiful right side. Like it just, the stereo image of the two is really gorgeous. So if you're looking for a great sounding deluxe, you can just to throw shade, you can throw your dream out the window. Just buy a Tonex and you've got one right here, man. Like, this amp is so unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, as with the Oxford video, this is just Oldie 1 right out of the box. So they do come quite a bit hotter than what they're listed. So dirty is very dirty and clean is, you know, dirty. As I've said, these are extremely flexible captures, input trim at 0, gain to taste. You're right on the money. And I'll do a little demonstration of that too. So this is how they come out of the box. This is just Oldie 1 on both sides. And Oldie 1 is dirty and bright. So following the same pattern as the other ones, 1 is dirty and bright, 2 is dirty and dark, 3 is clean and bright, 4 is clean and dark. So here we go, man. Whew. Got a fuzz thing to it, man, like an old amp kind of blow up situation. Super cool. Let's push it. Sawdust from Apollo approved. Really push it. Let's go Enigma mid boost, which is before the sawdust, and then the Enigma full range boost, which is after the sawdust. Let's see what happens. No Way Back riff, dude. Bro. Yeah, dude. Oh, it's so good. All right, throw some delay and reverb. Beautiful. So as you can hear, there's some like vintagey stuff going on, man. Like it feels like it just sounds old. It is. The speaker's not old, but the amp is freaking old. The amp is, I mean, it's 2025, so that means the amp is 60 years old. That's freaking crazy. Let's do this. So this is Oldie 1, okay? So I just switched on the alt switch, and I've adjusted gain. So let's see how these clean up. I'm going to turn off delay for now. Let's go even more. Pushing it with both boosts. That's not bad. That's not how I would run it. This is clean, no drive. Feels pretty sterile to me, but let's just push there. The sawdust. Let's push with all the juice. It's pretty cool. It still sounds great, man. Still retains a lot of the cool characteristics of the amps. I still feel like it does lose a little bit of like what makes the amp special, but I mean, that's still a great sound. Phenomenal sound. Very usable. So now gains back up a little bit to, it's probably 4, somewhere in there. Probably where most people will keep it. This is actually where I've been keeping it. I don't have an EQ at all anywhere. My EQ pedal's not on. There's no EQ happening in console. It's just API unison plugin and room verb. That's it. So this is like literally how it sounds out of the box. Huge low end, man. Huge. All right, let's pull gain back up to about 5, which is factory, I guess. Awesome. Then with some delay and reverb and stuff on there. I feel like my head is in the amp right now. getting caught up, man. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. What I'm here, there is just this like. Man, that ended up really good. Those ended up very, very, very good. Wow, man. Wow. Yeah, I'm really super proud of those. And man, like I said, 4 captures just as a great starting point for you, and like you're adjusting. Like I really do encourage people to like adjust these and get them like fitted for your rig. How things work in mine may or may, how things like, you know, gain staging wise may not work in yours, or maybe it does, and that's awesome. I've had a lot of great feedback on a lot of these new V2 process captures. Like it just drop in and freaking rip, man. Like no adjustments at all, which is, that's awesome. It's kind of like when you're like flat at front of house. It's like, that's not necessarily a goal. It's kind of like when you are, it's like cool, but like it's means nothing really. Yeah, man, these are great. So these are available now. They're on the site, jakefabermusic.com/Teddytones. These are freaking great. I love these a lot, and they sound amazing in stereo with Oldie. Can't wait to kind of pair a lot of this stuff, this new stuff. So as I get home from tour and all that. So anyway, thanks for watching.